You know, I spent a lot of time over the years going out, making a fire with people out in the woods, out with friends. And what I've always seen is that people do not know how to make fires. Like, a majority of people don't seem to know how to make a fire, how to build a campfire. So first things first, we're gonna make a little fire pit. Now, we're not gonna dig a hole because this is gonna be a very small fire. You could dig a hole that's for a different time, a different reason. But what you wanna do is you wanna get some stones, make a little ring, and you're gonna build your fire in it. The bigger the ring, the bigger the fire. Now, is it totally necessary to do this? No. But what it's gonna do is it's gonna keep your coals, everything in a controlled little area. And you can actually cook on the stones too if they're hot enough. But this is step one, make this. Step two is to build the campfire. One thing I forgot to mention is that you want to clear the area of any debris, of any kindling, the things you're actually going to start the fire with, the dry leaves and such. Now this is the structure you should always build. We call it the teepee or the pyramid. What you want to do is you want to create a suction for the wind and the fire to go up. So when you start your fire down in here, it's going to go up, catch, and burn in a circle, right? I'm not a scientist, and I'm not a physicist, and I'm not an arborist. I'm mostly a beer drinker, but this is the way, okay? This is how it's done. If you build this, there is no chance you fail. So build this in this style, and then we will keep building around the structure, making a fully formed kind of house with the, as you can see, these very small pieces of wood. I'm making a very small fire, but this is as big as my finger. So these are very dry and very small, and we're gonna get a nice fire going here, a nice small little fire. And what we're gonna put in the middle, in the center of the house, is a lot of dry leaves. Now, you don't have to have dry leaves if there's none around. You could use newspaper. You could use, in my opinion, the best thing to start a fire with is old socks. Now, everyone has old socks that you're gonna throw away. You have holes in them. Take them, save them for when you're gonna start a campfire. If you put them in the middle, usually right here, light those on fire, they burn longer than paper, and they will it's almost guaranteed that they're going to catch everything else on fire. And this fire, it could start this small and we could build it out and make it a giant bonfire. But any fire, you should start with this structure. Progress. So, we built our teepee, we built our pyramid. We have a lot of nice dry sticks forming our pyramid, and in the middle we created our door. On one side here, a structure where you have an opening, and we have our kindling, all of our dry leaves and things I picked up, little twigs. Now, you can use paper, as I said, or old socks, probably the best thing you could ever start a campfire with, but to do it all naturally, this is what we're dealing with here. So I'm going to soon light this on fire, and then when it's on fire, I'm going to put a couple more sticks to cover that door that I made. So I'm going to light it, and we're going to see how this goes. One of the keys to making the fire, of course, is having wind. That's the point of having this suction, to create that wind tunnel where this will start coming up. And, well, as you see, success already. What I'm going to do is now add a couple ones just right in here, just to complete the circle. Don't want to make it feel like it's not complete. So, a lot of smoke because we have the kindling. It's made from old leaves, dried leaves. But as you can see, this is going pretty good. This is how you make a fire. You want to make a campfire, this is how you do it. Make a teepee, make a pyramid, call it what you want. But you light it in the middle, and as you can see, it will burn. It will always burn, and it will never fail. As you can see, fire's going all right. It's been a minute since I showed you the last. Now, it's possible, as you can see if I get closer, it hollows out in the middle because the kindling burned fast. But this fire's already going, so you don't have to worry about it. When these burn down a little bit more, they'll start to burn into the center, fall down. Again, in the pyramid shape, it will always fall into itself. If you maintain the fire, if you make sure it doesn't tip over every once in a while, see how those ones came off, then it'll pretty much stay in this area. Because of my wind, it's not cooperating totally, but yeah. So as you can see, it's burning like a son of a gun. And now I can start adding larger pieces of wood. Now, you want to keep adding them in this pyramid style, at least for a while. But at some point, the pyramid shape is only going to make the wood burn faster. So once you get the fire really going, there's no need, as you can see, collapses in on itself. There's no need to keep building the TP or the pyramid once you really have the fire going, because once you have coals and embers in there, you could just throw a piece of wood on there flat and it'll burn, and it'll burn slower. So once you have the fire going, you can just keep adding wood any which way, really. But at the beginning, and I'd say for the first 10-20 minutes, it's nice to have this pyramid shape to really get it going. So that's how you build a campfire.